Behind the seemingly innocent facade of animal parks and private zoos, a disturbing industry thrives in the heart of America. Big cat breeding has become a hidden world of exploitation and controversy. Thousands of exotic cats are born into a system that commodifies their very existence. The United States harbors a shocking secret about its captive big cat population. More tigers live in American facilities than exist in all wild populations worldwide. This is not a story of conservation, but of calculated commercial breeding. The industry's roots run deep into the complex landscape of American wildlife ownership. Private breeding facilities operate with minimal oversight and maximum profit motivation. Many Americans remain unaware of the brutal realities behind exotic cat breeding. The cycle begins with cute cubs, marketable and adorable to unsuspecting audiences. These young animals become powerful tools for generating immediate financial returns. Roadside zoos and private collectors fuel a massive underground breeding network. Economic analysis reveals the shocking profitability of the exotic cat breeding industry. A single tiger cub can be worth tens of thousands of dollars in the private market. Breeding facilities exploit multiple revenue streams beyond initial animal sales. Cub petting experiences generate substantial income for these controversial establishments. Tourists and animal enthusiasts pay premium prices to interact with young big cats. Most are unaware of the long-term consequences for these magnificent creatures. Genetic research exposes the devastating impact of continuous, unregulated breeding. Inbreeding becomes a common practice in isolated breeding facilities. Genetic diversity suffers dramatically in these controlled reproduction environments. Many bred cats develop severe health complications due to improper genetic management. Veterinary experts document numerous congenital disorders resulting from irresponsible breeding. The psychological trauma inflicted on these animals begins from their earliest moments. Cubs are frequently separated from their mothers within days of birth. This traumatic separation serves purely economic purposes. Facilities maximize breeding potential by quickly returning females to reproductive cycles. Female cats are treated as biological production units rather than living beings. The breeding cycle becomes a brutal, mechanized process of continuous reproduction. Legal frameworks surrounding big cat breeding remain frustratingly inadequate. Some states have virtually no regulations controlling exotic animal breeding. Federal protections fail to comprehensively address the complex breeding industry. Undercover investigations reveal shocking conditions in many breeding facilities. Animals live in cramped, unsanitary environments designed for maximum economic efficiency. The lifespan of captive-bred big cats is dramatically shorter than their wild counterparts. Chronic stress and improper care contribute to significant health deterioration. Economic pressures drive breeders to minimize care and maximize production. Veterinary care becomes an optional expense rather than a necessary commitment. Surplus animals face grim futures when they outgrow their initial commercial value. Many adult cats are euthanized or sold into questionable secondary markets. Rescue organizations struggle to manage the overwhelming number of displaced big cats. Sanctuaries receive constant requests to rehabilitate breeding facility casualties. Public education becomes a critical weapon against this exploitative industry. Conservation experts argue that breeding programs serve no legitimate scientific purpose. These facilities do not contribute meaningful genetic diversity to species preservation. Wild population conservation requires entirely different, scientifically managed approaches. Technological advancements now allow for more comprehensive tracking of breeding networks. Genetic databases help expose the limited genetic pools of captive big cat populations. Social media has become a powerful tool for revealing industry inner workings. Whistleblowers and animal rights activists document systematic breeding abuses. Public awareness continues to grow about the dark realities of exotic cat breeding. Psychological profiles of breeders reveal complex motivational landscapes. Some pursue breeding as a form of twisted personal prestige. Others view these animals solely as financial commodities. Economic desperation drives many into this morally questionable industry. Insurance companies recognize the significant risks associated with big cat breeding. Specialized policies reflect the potential dangers of these breeding environments. Human safety remains a constant concern in unregulated breeding facilities. Numerous documented incidents highlight the potential for catastrophic animal interactions. Sociological research explores the cultural fascination driving exotic animal ownership. The breeding industry exploits deep-seated human desires for exotic experiences. Environmental scientists warn about broader ecological implications. Uncontrolled breeding threatens both captive and wild big cat populations. International conservation frameworks struggle to address American breeding practices. Emerging legal initiatives aim to create more comprehensive regulatory mechanisms. The future of big cat breeding hangs in a delicate balance. Public opinion continues to shift against these exploitative practices. Technological surveillance makes hiding breeding abuses increasingly difficult. Comprehensive legislation represents the most promising path forward. Humanity must confront its complicated relationship with wild animal exploitation. Ethical considerations must supersede economic motivations. The story of big cat breeding is ultimately a reflection of human moral complexity. Each bred cat represents a life reduced to mere economic potential. We stand at a critical moment of potential transformation and accountability. The choice to protect or exploit remains fundamentally in human hands.